Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Idea Experience. We have got a great show lined up for you today.
Mr. Cody, hey, Mr. Cody. Hey, I'm really sorry to interrupt. I know you're in the middle of filming and stuff, but listen, if you could just, if anybody comes by looking for me, if you could just tell them that I'm busy for the next 7 to 10 days, that'd be great. Yeah, helping you with something, that'd be awesome. Thanks.
Okay. Hey, Artie.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing for the next 7 to 10 days that you're
so
busy?
It doesn't matter as long as I'm just super busy, so busy I can't do anything on the side. So I could be helping you. Do you need help? I could tie your shoes. I could mow your lawn. I could brush your teeth. That'd be a little weird and very close, but I could try.
No, I think I'm good. Is everything okay? It just seems like you're kind of running from something.
No, I'm not running so much as sprinting. I'd call it a sprint.
Okay, I see. Artie, what's going on? What are you sprinting from?
No, Mr. Cody, my cousin Joe comes into town tomorrow, and
oh, that is great.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying, and his mom really wants to set up a play date with me, and we just can't make that happen. Okay, I can't spend the day with them.
Well, why not? I mean, he is your
Cody,
family.
Me and Joe have nothing in common. Nothing. Nothing, Mr. Cody!
Nothing?
No! I mean, he's constantly wanting to snack on Cheetos and cottage cheese. Have you ever put those two things together? It's disgusting. And then he's obsessed with Star Wars. He's always wanting me to watch through all the movies. It's so much time. I mean, sure, it's fun every once in a while. But last time he was here, he wanted to have a lightsaber fight for 3 hours.
Okay.
3 hours, Mr. Cody!
Yeah. So he's a little different from you.
Yeah, he's super different. He's weird. Last time he was here, he tried to mind meld with me. I just can't take it, okay? We don't have anything in common. So if you could just tell him that I'm too busy to hang out, that'd be great. Thanks.
Well, Artie, I'm not gonna lie for you. That wouldn't be making a smart decision.
I could actually do something to help you out.
You know what? I think I've got something that you can help me out with for a couple minutes, okay?
That's perfect. Can we stretch that couple minutes to, I don't know, like maybe a week and a half?
I hope not, okay? It's time to tell our fable for the day.
Oh, you mean for all the kids watching the Big Idea Experience?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. We've been talking about fables all year long, right, Mr. Cody?
Yep. Do you know what a fable is?
Yes, I do. It was written by some guy named Bebop.
No, his name was Aesop.
Aesop, okay, Aesop. Yeah, he lived a long time ago, and he wrote down a lot of fables that were used to help teach people and kids lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, there's a word for it, morals.
Morals, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So here's what I need you to do, okay? I've got a great story today.
Yeah.
It's about a fox and a stork, and I need you to help me get ready for it, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah. I've got some people that could probably help out with that.
Okay, yeah, that'll be great. Okay, if you get that started, I'll start reading the story, okay?
All right, let's do it.
All right. All right, well, here we go, kids. This story is called The Fox and the Stork.
The Fox and the Stork. And I've got a fox and a stork ready to go.
All right, that's great.
Don't they look great, Mr. Cody?
Artie, that's not really a stork.
It's fine. Just keep
going. It's more of a mallard.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's how the story goes. The fox one day thought of a plan to amuse himself at the expense of the stork.
Really? Mr. Cody, you know what I'd like to know? What did the fox say?
Okay.
What did he say? What did he say?
Okay.
What did the fox
well,
say?
Artie, you didn't let me finish here, okay? The fox one day thought of a plan to amuse himself at the expense of the stork.
And what did the fox say? I just think he was dancing.
Okay, is this how this is gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the fox was laughing at the stork's appearance. And so here's what the fox said. "You must come and dine with me today," he said to the stork, smiling to himself at the trick he was going to play. The stork gladly accepted the invitation and arrived in good time with a very good appetite.
Oh, okay. So they're going to eat dinner together?
That's exactly right.
All right.
Now, for dinner, the fox served soup, but it was set out in a very shallow dish. And all the stork could do was get to the very tip of his bill. Not a drop of soup could he get.
Because he's got a big beak.
Exactly.
Wow.
But the fox lapped it up easily, and to increase the disappointment of the stork, he made a great show of enjoyment. Now, the hungry stork was much displeased at the trick, But he was a calm and even-tempered fellow and saw no good in flying into a rage.
Yeah, I'd be pretty mad too if the soup I couldn't eat and I got invited over for dinner. I bet he freaked out.
No, I said he didn't fly into a rage.
Oh, sorry, Stork.
Yeah, okay. Instead, not long afterward,
Yeah.
he invited the fox to dine with him in turn.
Okay.
And the fox arrived promptly at the time that had been set. And the stork...
Hold on, Mr. Cody. So the stork invited the fox over for dinner, just
Yeah.
like the fox invited the stork over
Exactly. It sounds a little familiar,
for dinner.
doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does, but I do have one question.
Okay.
Well, what did the fox say? You walked right into that one.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Well, anyways, the fox came. They arrived promptly at the time that had been set.
Yep.
And the stork served a fish dinner that had a very appetizing smell.
Ooh, I bet foxes love fish.
Yeah, I bet they do. But it was served in a tall jar with a very narrow neck, and the stork could easily get at the food with his long bill, but all the fox could do was lick the outside of the jar and sniff at the delicious odor.
I see. The tables have been turned.
Exactly.
No pun intended.
Well, and what happened when the fox lost his temper, the stork said calmly, "Don't play tricks on your neighbors unless you can stand the same treatment as yourself."
Oh, gotcha. And so that is that Aesop's moral of the story.
That is the moral
kind
of the story.
That must be where the stain, don't dish it out if you can't take it, came from.
I think so. But
Because the dishes, get it?
yes, I see what you did there. But Artie, I think there's a lot more to this than what the Aesop's moral was.
Now you can say that again. I'm hungry for some fish sticks.
If you think about it, the fox and the stork, they didn't have any respect for each other. They were very different. They were each unique in how they were, but they wanted them to be like themselves. They each wanted each other to be like themselves, and when they were different, they tried to do things to make fun of them. Now, Artie, is that treating others right?
Well, no, that's one of our big three, is to treat others right.
That's right.
It's kind of sad because in Aesop's story, neither the fox didn't appreciate what was different about the stork, and the stork didn't appreciate what was different about the fox.
That's right. So it all comes down to our big idea this month. Remember what
What's
our big
that?
idea is?
I don't remember.
It's individuality.
Individuality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Individuality is discovering who you're meant to be so you can make a difference.
Discovering who you're meant to be so you can make a difference.
And that's the beauty of it, Artie. Everybody is so incredibly and uniquely different. Nobody's the exact same.
So you're saying that if the fox and the stork just would have appreciated each other's individuality, instead of fighting, they could have been good friends.
Yeah.
And that would have made a big difference.
Yeah, they were trying to get each other back and trying to make fun of each other. And it would have been so different if they just said, you know what, I'm going to respect that you're different from me, and I'm going to appreciate what's different about you.
Wait, so Mr. Cody, you're saying that if I discover who I'm meant to be, that'll help me appreciate how people are different from me? How does that work?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Artie. You know what? As you get to know yourself better and you get to understand how you're gifted and what's different about you, you can realize that you can use those things to make a difference. Now, Artie, if that's true for you, isn't that true for other people as well?
Well, yeah, I guess it would have to be. Yeah, it would be true for them.
And isn't that true for your cousin?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, Joe and I don't have a lot in common, but that's okay.
Exactly.
Part of it is not only discovering who I'm meant to be, but helping Joe discover who he's meant to be.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Together we can make a difference.
Yeah, exactly. And that is individuality.
Okay, well, I suppose I can tell his mom that I can make some time for him.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Cody.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Artie. Have fun with your cousin,
All right, see you guys.
All right, bye.
Hey everybody, welcome to our Big Idea Interactive. We love this part of our video because it gives you a chance to start putting that big idea to work inside of you to change the world around you with a fun activity that can help you think about the big idea and how it works for you. Now, today we've got a really simple activity that you can do in a classroom or at home with your parents, but I promise you it's a lot of fun and it'll definitely help you work out your individuality, which is again, discovering who you're meant to be so you can make a difference. Now, All you need to make this experiment work at home is some dry erase markers or expo markers. So you can do this at home or in the classroom. And then you just need a smooth surface to write on that can also get wet, okay? So I'm using this little porcelain plate. You can use a glass plate. Those work pretty well. And sometimes you can get like a metal cookie sheet to work as well. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take out your marker and draw whatever you want on your plate or your surface. The great thing about this is it gives you a chance to really discover what makes you unique. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Maybe it's a baseball because you love sports. Maybe it's just a person because you love to draw or doodle. Maybe it's a fish because you love to go fishing. Whatever it is, draw that out and be happy about it. And if you're doing this with your class or with some people at home, make a note of what color people choose and what thing they like to draw. It gives you a little glimpse into the individuals that you're working with, which again, this whole month is about discovering who you're meant to be. The thing that I love about this big idea is it reminds us that you are meant to be someone different than I'm meant to be. And that is a good thing. It's good for us to have differences, and it's great for us to celebrate those differences. Now, after you draw whatever you've decided to draw on your plate, let me get started here. You'll take, all you need is a pitcher or a cup of water. Now, it's pretty important that you pour slowly and gently, and if you can, don't do it directly on your drawing, all right? And I think you guys are gonna love what you see. Check this out. Isn't that cool? The water gets the drawing to actually lift off of the plate. Now, if you're in a science classroom or even if you're at home and you love to try to figure things out, maybe you should ask yourself, what is it about the marker that allows it to come off the surface so easily? Okay, I'll give you a hint. It does matter what kind of marker you use, which is why I told you whiteboard markers at the beginning. You guys can discover that if that's something you enjoy to do, and if it is something you enjoy to do, remind yourself that is part of what makes you an individual. Now, the reason why we had you guys do this experiment outside of the fact that it's fun is because it reminds us that we're meant to be different. And when you discover who you're meant to be, well, it helps you make a difference. In fact, we would say it this way: it helps you maximize your potential. It's kind of like the drawing was cool, but when the water went on the plate, all of a sudden it lifted off and you can move it around. That becomes a lot cooler, isn't it? Well, it's the same way with you. When you discover who you're meant to be, that's important. But when you discover who you're meant to be so that you can use who you're meant to be to make a difference, well, that is world changing. And we can't wait to see how you put the big idea into practice to change the world around you.